Simple living and high thinking is what we have been taught since our childhood days. My parents also taught me this, and so did my teachers. And I have actually tried to follow this dictum throughout my life. Or I can put it this way, that being from a middle class family, there was no other alternative but to believe in simple living. And having been fed with a strong dose of ideals of freedom fighters like Netaji Subhash, Mahatma Gandhi, Veer Savarkar, Bhagat Singh and the likes of Ashfaqullah, I always strongly believed in high thinking. So, simple living and high thinking was my motto also. I never had too many materialistic desires. Swami Vivekananda became my role model, and so simple living meant wearing ordinary clothes, simple pant and shirt or even kurta pajama, having ordinary simple meals preferably at home or at ordinary restaurants. So, simple living means staying in a small place, even though one could afford a bit bigger places also. Generally, it means restricting oneself only to the basic necessities of life and foregoing the luxuries of life. All such people, they eat to live and not live to eat. They do enjoy their food with all the sweets, but they don't show off their money. They follow what Sant Kabir said, Sai itna dijiye, jame kutumb sumaye, मैं भी भूखा ना रहूं, साधु भी भूखा ना जाए. That means, oh God, just give me that much, which is just sufficient to support me and my family. And I should not remain hungry also. And if a hermit or a sage who comes to my house should also not go hungry. Saint Kabir was an epitome of simplicity and a spiritual guru of exceptional wisdom, whose couplets and bhajans are quoted even today. We all salute such great saints who were so simple at heart, yet so near to God. Let us look at the second part of our topic, high thinking. That means no negative thinking, but thinking positively about others. It also means thinking of society, thinking of our nation, and in fact, the whole humanity. It means the thought process to rid this world of the problem it is facing. It means thinking to improve oneself and do well in all respects, and thinking to improve the lot of others with a selfless attitude. It is having great ideals before oneself and following them too. High thinking means spending time on others, attempting to bring about a change in the society, which are possible for the betterment of the whole mankind. High thinking is a great quality. Serious sessions of high thinking lead to realization of many new aspects of life. The more we think, the more we realize. The world has progressed since time immemorial, and we can see how there has been great improvement in the standard of living of mankind, and all this has been due to the great thinkers of this world, which it has produced over last so many centuries. Just imagine the contribution of Rishi Patanjali, who gave the science of yoga to the mankind. Thinking differs from person to person, and that is the reason that different people may have different and diverse opinions. Though facts and truths can't be changed, but because of our conditioning of mind, different people may think in different ways. Optimists and pessimists both are thinkers, but they are two different types of thinkers. Optimists hope for the best, whereas the pessimist always thinks the negative aspect of everything. As matured people, we must respect the thinking of others, even if we don't agree with them. And even if there's a debate about what is right and what is wrong thinking, let that be in a respectful and courteous manner. Imposing your own thinking on others through falsification of facts, force or allurement also needs to be totally discouraged. Modern revolutions like email, Google, WhatsApp, Facebook, Ola Cabs, Uber, and many more are the results of collaborative and collective thinking of very high levels, followed by systematic experimentation, planning, and execution. Now comes my question. If I replace simple living with high living, what is the problem? Why can't you enjoy life the way you want? Why can't you live a hi-fi life? Why can't you use the latest electronic gizmos and gadgets, wear branded clothes and visit expensive restaurants if you can afford? I feel it is high time that we realize that there is nothing wrong if some people believe in high living along with high thinking. It is their right. The definition of luxury keeps changing with time, place, and your economic status. The air conditioning at home in India was a luxury 30 years back, even for an upper middle class family. Today, it is a necessity in the scorching heat of northern India or many parts of the world. Even for a middle class family, there is nothing wrong in having expensive bikes and cars if you can afford it. And at the same time, you continue to have high thinking. That is very, very important. There are people with high income and there are people who are less privileged than you are. But high thinking means you look after such people also. Yes, there are a lot many people who believe in high living and selfish thinking. They think about themselves and their family only. Their world is limited to the four walls of their home. They have neither time nor money for the society, but for the members of their own family. They can spend any amount of time or money for their own children, but not for the others. They will be lavish in spending on themselves. But if somebody asks for a minor donation for an old age home or for an orphanage, they will tell you hundreds of excuses why they can't do it. That is very, very sad. Such people with selfish thinking and selfish attitude will go to any extent to earn more and more money, even through unethical means. Such people are a blot on the society, a parasite for the mankind. These people go to the extent of even exploiting the weakest section of the society and their own junior employees in their own company for their own greed. Me and my family is the mantra of their life. Keeping the modern times in mind and the materialistic world in which we are living, we can always pray to God to give us the strength, intellect, and the capability to earn more and more. But let us also pray to God to bless us with the benevolent and philanthropic attitude to serve the society in our vicinity, the nation, and in fact the whole humanity. There are umpteen number of examples, the worldwide these days, where the billionaires have pledged a good portion of their assets for the cause of the society. None of them has opted to stay in a hermitage or in jungles or in the Himalayas after renunciation of this world. They continue to enjoy their luxurious lives, but at the same time, they are willing to visit the remotest areas in Bihar, Bengal, Andhra, or even African villages to do their service to the humanity. They are living examples of high living and high thinking. If some people sacrifice even the very basic luxuries and follow simple living and high thinking and devote their full life, my salute goes to those people. The history of the world is no doubt the history of the people who believed in simple living and high thinking. But I say in this materialistic world, there is nothing wrong in high living and high thinking. You earn as much as you can, nothing wrong. You earn so much that tomorrow if a poor lady comes to you for help for the marriage of her daughter, you should be able to sign a check of 1 lakh rupee and give it to her. That is how it should be. But the only thing is, you must earn through ethical means, with honesty, and not through fraudulent means. So gentlemen, from today onwards, let me tell you again, nothing wrong with high living and high thinking. Enjoy life. Thank you very much.